In this ukulele tutorial, we are going to play and sing Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, the Otis Redding classic, so stay tuned. Hi, I'm Terry Carter, and welcome to ukelikethepros. If you're into ukulele tutorials, reviews, guitar-lele tutorials and reviews, unboxings, then make sure to subscribe to the channel and then turn on that bell notification. So I've been asked to do some more singing videos, and which I love to sing. So here we go. So this is going to be Sitting on the Dock of the Bay, or Dock of the Bay, by the great Otis Redding. This is one of my favorite songs to play and also sing. So if what's cool is that we're going to break it down into 5 parts: intro, verse, chorus, bridge, and then the outro. And if you're interested in grabbing the chord chart and lyrics to this, I'll put a link below so you can do that. All right, so why don't we start here with the intro, because intro is only one chord, a G chord, and it's going to use what I call the granddaddy strum. Some of you may call it the island strum, but we're going to have mutes in it. Okay, it's going to sound like this. Sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting when that evening comes, watching the ships roll in, and then I'll watch them roll away again. Oh, I'm just all right, we'll stop right there. So this is a song that, one, I just was nice because the starting note, which I think is important to know as a singer, the starting note for not only the verse and the chorus and also the bridge is the same note, which is G. And since we're in the key of G, that's our root or our tonic. So that I think is important to know. A lot of us just jump into a song and sing it based off the chords. And, well, I don't know if you're like me, I don't always get the right note if I'm just kind of guessing. So in this case, our starting note here is G here on the, well, there's several different Gs, but the G here on the 2nd string, 3rd fret. You could also, for the higher note that this happens, is the 1st string, 10th fret G as well. All right, so the intro, let's do that because it's just one chord, and I'm going to show you the strum pattern here. Okay, so here it is. All right, so this one is, I like to call it the granddaddy strum with mutes. Some people refer to it as the island strum. So let's start with that and then we'll add the mute. So if you just grab your G chord here, and the strum is, just start with the granddaddy or the island strum, which is just down, down, up, up, down, up. So you have to do that. I mean, if you can't do that yet, you can do it. If you can't do it yet, take some time and practice that, because that rhythm right there, you could actually do that rhythm for the entire song, and it actually sounds pretty good. But I'm going to show you the way I play it, and you can decide if you want to add the mutes or not. So what I do is I take that granddaddy strum and then I add mutes on beat 2 and 4, so it sounds like this. All right, so all I'm doing here is I'm going down, and by the way, I'm using my index finger here, just down, and then on beat 2, I'm muting, and this is a palm mute, so I'm using the side of my palm right here, and it's just hitting the strings, and then I strum. So it's a little awkward when you do it slow, but it's almost like karate chop, except you don't need to hit it real hard, just hand or side of the palm here first, and then you strum, so you get this sound. Notice if your finger strums before the palm hits, you get more of this. And you don't want that, you want this. You want that sound, no strings at all. So that's why the palm hits first and then that finger strums it. If that's new to you, again, take some time and get it down, because it's something you can do. Everyone can do it. It just takes a little bit of practice. All right, so I'm going to do that on beat 2. So from the beginning, so it's down, mute, up. And then the granddaddy strum has a tie, which means you're going to hold this last upstroke, hold it up, then followed by another upstroke on the end of 3, another mute on beat 4, followed by another upstroke on and a 4. So it's going to go down, mute, up, mute, up, down, mute, up, mute, up. All right, so let's just do that a few times here on this G chord. Ready, and. All right, now that's the intro. 4 bars of the G. All right, so we don't even need to go over. So that's the intro. Now, let me play the verse part for you, and then I'll show you how to do it. All right, so there's a verse. 4 chords. You got the G chord for a full measure. Then it goes to a bar chord here. This is B7. Just barring here at the 2nd fret, and then adding my 2nd finger to the 3rd string, 3rd fret, so B7. Very cool chord. Then I'm going to the C chord, and notice I'm doing a bar chord C, or a partial bar chord, so I'm just barring here at the 3rd fret, 1st and 2nd strings, 2nd finger on the 3rd string, 4th fret, and then my 3rd finger here on the 4th string, 5th fret. So that, if you want to do just regular C, that's fine. I think this was better for this song, but you do what you want to do. And then the last chord here is the A chord. Each chord gets 1 measure. Let's go ahead and play just that verse part. Here we go. Ready, and. All right, so that's how I'm going to play it for the whole song, especially when we add the vocals. But I know that I have a couple ukelikethepros members that want me to play the actual walk down part on the C, which is. All right, so I'm going to show it to you, and if you want to do it, that's fine. But like I said, I'm going to not do it for this video. All right, so it starts off the same. It's just G chord again, B7. But here's where it changes when you get to the C chord. And so it's really those last 2 bars that change. Okay, so let's just start on that C chord. You have to do the bar chord C if you want to do this walk down. So it's just going to be the bar chord C, and it's just going to go down, mute, up, so nothing different there. But here's where it changes on beat 3 when you're going to go down. On beat 3, you're going to slide the shape back to the B and do an upstroke. Slide it back 1 more fret to B flat, do a downstroke, and then slide it back to A and do an upstroke. All right, so just the walk down, it's on beat 3. It's 1, 2, 3, and 4, and. All right, so that's bar 3. Bar 4 changes slightly as well, but let's just make sure we can do that. So let's go from the G, B7, and then add that walk down. 2, 3, and. All right, so now let me play the last bar here. Okay, so what's happening here is when you do the walk down, 3 and 4 and, notice the A chord is now anticipated, meaning it comes in on the and the 4. It's going to be tied over to beat 1, so you won't be doing anything on beat 1. But then on the and of 1, you're going to be upstroke, mute on beat 2, that's a downstroke, up on the and of 2, and then another tie, just like we've been doing before, followed by an upstroke, mute again on beat 4, and then an upstroke on the and of 4. Okay, so if I just play this A chord for that last bar, starting on the and of 1, so it's 3, 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4, and. All right, let me do the walk down and include that measure now. Okay, we're going to start right here on beat 3. So 1, 2, 3, and 4, and 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. All right, now let's go ahead and do this whole verse with this walk down. Okay, 2, 3, and. All right, so as I mentioned, I'm not going to be playing that for the rest of this lesson here. If you want to, though, you can do that for every verse. And the reason why I'm not going to do it is because that walk down is syncopated with the vocal, and it's possible to do. It just makes it a little bit harder, and I want to really focus on you playing the basic chords, which remember just are G, B7, C, and A, but also singing it. All right, so let's do this now. Let's add the vocals to this verse. No walk down for me. Remember, your first note here is G, and then that's it. Sitting in the morning, right? That's your starting note. Okay, so here we go. Ready, and sitting in the morning sun, and I'll be sitting when the evening comes. Again, watching the ships roll in, and then I watch them roll away again. All right, now to the chorus. I'm just a sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. So the chorus here, it's only got 3 chords. It just goes G chord to the E7 chord. This chord is pretty cool. I like this chord. The B7 and the E7. These are really a couple of my favorite chords. So E7. Right? Should we go over it? First finger, 4th string, 1st fret. Second finger, 3rd string, 2nd fret, open, 2nd string, and then my 3rd finger's here on the 1st string, 2nd fret. So E7. Does that for a measure? Back to G. Back to E7. Back to G. This is the 3rd time we're playing G. Then to regular old A chord. So your A chord. And then back to G and E7. So then the pattern is just G, E7, G, E7. So you do that twice. G, A, and then G, E7. So let's just try that. Ready, and... Now the G to the A. All right, so there's a chorus. Let's go ahead now and add the vocals here. But remember that this has a little bit of a pickup. I'm just a sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. Sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. All right, then it just goes back to a verse and then back to a chorus again. Okay, so we won't do that now, but we'll do it at the end where we're going to sing the entire song. Okay, so you got intro, verse, chorus, and now we're going to get to the bridge, which is going to sound like this. Ready, and looks like nothing's going to change. Everything still remains the same. I can't do what 10 people tell me to, so I guess I'll remain the same. Sitting here. All right, so we'll stop there. So the bridge here now, if we're going to do a different strum pattern, we're going to take away that tie. So we're not going to use the granddaddy strum pattern. We're going to use a little bit of a simpler one, although I'm going to keep the mutes on beat 2 and 4. And we also have a couple new chords, the D chord and also the F chord. All right, so if you notice, let's just play the first measure here. So it's going to go. All right, so we go back to our G chord. It's going to go down, mute, up, and then it's going to go right to a D chord. Now, I finger my D chord a little bit different than a lot of people. You finger it however works for you, but the way I do is my first finger here just bars the 4th and the 3rd string at the 2nd fret. So it's like a little bar here. And then I add my 2nd finger to the 2nd string, 2nd fret, and then open, 1st string. All right, so that's probably hard for you. So you, like I said, you can play the D chord however you want. I know a lot of people play it a different way. All right, so there's a D chord, and that's also going to get down, down, up. All right, so just that first measure is just down, mute, up, down. All right, so notice we took the tie out. Then it's going to go to a C chord for a whole measure, do the same rhythm we just did. So down, down, up, down, down, up. All right, so that's a lot right there, even though it's only 2 measures. Let's just play that. Ready, and. All right, then it's going to do that exactly the same thing again. So. Now it's going to do it again, except when we get to the C chord, we're only going to play it for 2 beats. And then we're going to go back to the G chord on beat 3 there. Okay, so this third time here is going to go G, D, C, G. Now we're going to go to a full measure of F. But here's usually when I'm playing it, I kind of change that rhythm there because we're getting near the end of the bridge and I'm just trying to build a little bit. So I might do something more like this, which is just down, mute, up, down, up, down, up. And so, or you add that mute on beat 4. I mean, it changes. I mean, you know, the stuff I'm showing you is not set in stone. Okay, that's what I want you to get at. This is the way I do it. This is the way I like the way it sounds. You may like it differently. So just be open to that. Okay, so you got the F for that full measure. Oh, by the way, the F chord. Actually not too hard, right? Just the second finger on the 4th string, 2nd fret, open 3rd, first finger on the 2nd string, 1st fret, and then open 1st string. All right, so for now, let's just go down, mute, up, down, up, down, up. Then the very last chord here in the bridge is gonna go back to the D chord, and you're gonna do that same rhythm. And you're gonna build it up there. Okay, so let's play those two measures, F to D. Ready, and. All right, let's go ahead and do this whole bridge now. I'm gonna add the vocals. Ready, and. Looks like nothing's gonna change. Everything still remains the same. I can't do what 10 people tell me to. Bones, and this loneliness won't leave me alone. 2,000 miles I roam just to make this dock my home. Here's the chorus. I'm just a sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. All right, so we did a verse and a chorus after that bridge. Hope you got that. Now, the last part here is just the outro. And this is a really famous part because this is where the whistling comes in. But guess what? I can't whistle. So I'm going to hum it. I'll do the best I can. It's actually no new chords here. It's just going to be G, 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 and E7. That's it. So it's 4 bars, G, 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 3 bars of G, and then E7. So here we go. I'll hum it, and then we're going to do the whole song. All right, so here we go. And the end right on a G chord. All right. Before we do the whole thing, I need to show you something because I know that I am going to get asked about this and people are going to get mad because I didn't show you. So what I do, and I'm not saying you have to do this because this just adds like another level of difficulty to it, but you can do it. On a lot of these chords, I'm doing these little hammer-ons. So instead of just playing the G like this, a lot of times I'll just take that middle finger and I'll hammer on. Or when I do the B7, again, I'll take that middle finger. Just do a little hammer-on, and it just adds a little bit of extra, you know, I don't know, my own character into the song. Okay, you don't have to do it, but if you see my hands doing that or you hear it, that's what I'm doing. All right, here we go. We're gonna do the entire thing. And don't forget, if you want a chart for this entire lesson, I will put that link below. All right, so here we go. From the very top, remember the intro, 4 bars of G. 2, 3, and. Sitting in the morning sun, I'll be sitting when the evening comes, watching the ships roll in, and then I'll watch them roll away again. Oh, I'm just sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. I left my home in Georgia, I headed for that Frisco Bay. I ain't got nothing to live for, looks like nothing's gonna come my way. Oh, I'm just sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. Looks like nothing's gonna change, everything still remains the same. I can't do what 10 people tell me to, so I guess I'll remain the same. Sitting here resting my bones, and this loneliness won't leave me alone. No, 2,000 miles I roam just to make this dock my home. Oh, I'm just sitting on the dock of the bay, watching the tide roll away. I'm sitting on the dock of the bay, wasting time. All right. Oh man, got a little high there at the end. All right, so there you go. There's Sitting on the Dock of the Bay. You got the chords, you got all the different parts. You know how to start your singing. You can use this track as a sing-along track. And yeah, so anyway, that was fun. Don't forget, I'll put a link below if you want to grab that chord chart. And we'll see you next time.